there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so it's time to do some more rank ups, and these are going to be two new rank 4 6-star champions that I basically got from the Banquet event rewards. I got 2 random 3 to 4 gems, and one of them is Cosmic, one of them is Mutant. Now, I wasn't planning on ranking up any new mutants for a bit, because there are some things that are a bit more urgent, but again, we have to play with the cards that we have been dealt with. At the moment, I do have exactly 33 rank 4 champions. That means the upcoming rank ups are going to be number 34 and number 35. Now, when we go through the classes, we can see that I have 7 science ones. I have 5 skill ones. Well, 4 really, because Toragnak doesn't really count. 4 mutant ones, soon to be 5. 7 cosmic, soon to be 8. Then 4 tech ones. So tech is definitely going to be one of the next rank ups that I make after this, and I'm actually very close to forming the catalyst needed for it. So I think later today, once the battlegrounds store resets, I will be able to take up another champion, so there's going to be a video for tomorrow probably. But first things first, we're going to take a look at the cosmic champions that I will take to rank 4. At the moment, I do have Silver Surfer, Gore, Hercules, Nova, Gallon, Hulkling, and Cosmic Ghost Rider. Means that many of the best have already been ranked, but Cosmic class still has a ton of great champions. Null is a very strong option that I was definitely strongly considering. So is Hyperion, so is Cersei, and so is King Groot. I would say those 4 are the current front runners, especially in the current meta. Null and King Groot have been absolutely phenomenal for me. However, current meta is about to end. I mean, obviously Victory Track is going to stay the entire month, and also friendly meta is going to stay the entire month. So for the sake of tournaments, I could still quite easily rank up King Groot and Null, but the champion that I'm going to be going with is going to be Hyperion, and the reason for it is because I think the rank ups largely should focus on the week 4 meta, and I think Hyperion is going to be amazing for Power Shield, because obviously he can spam specials like nobody's business. He can potentially work also for Hazard Shift, Incinerate Poison, and Polka Dot Power as well by spamming his level 1s and his natural power gain. But most importantly, for the Power Shield meta, he is going to be great. And Hyperion in general is just one of those champions that seems to work very good in a whole bunch of different situations. So in this case, Null has to wait a bit. I actually have taken my Null to Sig 200, but he will stay at rank 3 for a bit. I'm going to take up Hyperion first, and let's go for it. And after that, I think after that, most likely it's going to be Null. But for now, let's go. I rank 4 Hyperion, so we need to use this mutant ISO. I should have probably started with mutants. In this case, I didn't notice which ISO I stacked up in my ISO stash, but it's fine. So Hyperion is officially my rank 4 number 34 right now. And we are going to be going for rank 4 number 35 in just a second, which is going to be one of the mutants. And I was actually struggling to decide the mutant rank up for quite a long time. I was going back and forth. There are also like 3 or 4 options. None of them are kind of like a desperate must-have situations, I'd say. But there is one champion that I always have kind of enjoyed quite a bit on a personal level, and I think it's also a perfect time to rank up that champion, and I'll explain that in a second. But first, let's finish up with Hyperion. Obviously, his PI is notoriously low. He has one of the lowest PIs in the game, I think. As well, it looks like anyways, with the mastery setups applied and everything else. So, here we are. I'm going to add this, remove these, because there's no need, and we have rank 4 Hyperion, still one of the greats of Malcolm's of champions, obviously. And here we are, right. So we have a new Cosmic rank 4. Now we need to head down to my mutants. With my mutants, if I take a look at my rank 4s, then we can see it's Kitty Pryde, Domino, Archangel, and Bishop. Now we're going to change that. We're going to add another one. And here, the most likely suspects would have been Omega Red, still a very capable champion for Alliance Wars and Battlegrounds. Toad, Iceman is actually a solid option. But the champion that I will end up going with is going to be Havok. And the reason why I'm going with Havok is because he's currently also an unsteady ground attacker. So he is one of those champions that is quite capable in the current Alliance War attack meta. Also, he's a champion that does come in handy quite frequently. I'm not going to say that he's a champion I run all the time, everywhere, in every meta and stuff like that. But he's one of those champions that I'm always extremely happy to have when the time or occasion calls for it, be that dealing with some of the stuff in Path 9, in AW, or be it somewhere else. And also in some of the Battlegrounds metas, he has shined quite well. I do think he will do quite well in the Power Shield meta, especially because his special attacks obviously are quite chunky. He has access to prowess effects, and his playstyle kind of naturally involves throwing heavy attacks. And he's not going to be likely a champion that I choose to add in my deck like all day, every day. But I do think that out of all of the options, in between Iceman, Sunspot is a legitimate option too, Omega Red, Toad. Well, there's obviously Colossus, Magneto, and Frost Wolverine Weapon X. Mutant class has a ton of great champions. Unfortunately, Mutant class, I think, is also one of the weakest Battlegrounds classes, which kind of irks me a bit, which is also the reason why I didn't really want to get the Mutant 3 to 4 gem, but we do have, and again, APOC is clearly obviously the best champion here, but again, my rank ups are primarily focused for Alliance War and Battlegrounds. For Alliance War, we do not need APOC in our battle group, so here we are. And now, yeah, we're going with Havok. I think Havok is solid, it's sturdy, and it's gonna get the job done. So here we go, rank 4 Havok, just to scare the folks. And one of the cool things that I do enjoy about Havok is obviously I often do run Inequity Mastery, so he can synergize with that quite well, reducing opponent's attack when you use him offensively, thus taking less chip damage, and likewise working defensively if you do happen to place plasmas on the opponent. Then there are some interesting things in his kit as well, and energy damage champions are becoming more and more frequent, and he obviously deals with them quite nicely as well, because that lets him build up his plasma significantly quicker. And yeah, in general, I just think he is quite cool. He has 50% critical damage rating reduction, which could potentially work as well in the Power Shield meta as a somewhat defensive bit of utility for him. And we'll see how it works out. This is one of those rank ups where I'm not entirely sure how it is going to work out, but it's just based on how the game has been going. Havok is always one of those champions that pop up sooner or later, now and then. And that was with the gem. As you guys can see, at the moment, I'm at 2 catalysts of each. And I have pretty much emptied out all the stores at the moment trying to get these catalysts. Kabam recently did put up that offer for 3,000 units for 1 tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha each. I completely passed on all of those. I decided just to be a bit more patient, not to rush, because again, as soon as the store resets, I will be able to get the missing bits of tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha anyways. And yeah, I'm just trying to cut down on my spending in general in-game. So I'm almost at the next rank 4, as is, and I'm quite happy with that, which my next rank 4, well, I think I have told people who it is likely going to be, but we'll see about that. So, all of those things considered, I think we are pretty much done here. We have a few more rank 4s now, which is quite sweet. Let's filter this out. 6-star rank 4s. As we can see, I have 35 6-star rank 4s, and if we include 6-star rank 3s, then that's 143, which means I'm at 108 6-star rank 3s. So the account is growing, nowhere close to a rank 5 champion yet, but we are filling up that rank 4 roster quite nicely at this point. Let me know, what did you guys end up ranking with your Banquet rewards? But that is it for now, and I will catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next